to one and all present here. Myself N. Kalpana. I am from Sri G.K. Jain Higher Secondary School, Royapuram. Today for the 12th standard I am going to explain the topic is transition and the inner transition elements. In last videos we saw about so many properties of the transition elements. Today we are going to explain the topic about preparation of potassium dichromate. Preparation of potassium dichromate. So in this potassium dichromate, usually in 11th standard you did in the practicals chromal chloride test. Okay, we have used the potassium dichromate. So the potassium dichromate which is used for the chromal chloride test, first thing, and it is a best oxidizing agents also you. Now we have to see the preparation of those potassium dichromate. There have been 3 steps which is involved in it. First step, the certain chromate, because it is a chromal chloride, so chromate is there, so you have to take it the chromate ore, we have to convert it into the sodium chromate in a first step. In a second step, those sodium chromate which is converted into sodium dichromate, and in the third step, those we are getting the sodium dichromate, it is converted into the potassium dichromate. So these are all the 3 steps which is involved in the preparation of sodium dichromate. Let's see the formulas, which is very easy to, if you are knowing before going to the preparation, if you are knowing the formulas, we can easily understand the preparations also. First one, chromite ore, FeCr2O4, sodium chromate, Na2CrO4, sodium dichromate, Na2CrO7, potassium dichromate, K2Cr2O7. So these are all the 4 formulas which is involved in this preparation. Okay, let's get into the preparation. First step, chromate ore into the sodium chromate. Let you have taken. So in this method, we have to do the roasting method. So roasting is nothing else. We have to, with the help of heating in presence of oxygen. So in a metallurgy lesson, we all learned the term about roasting, calcination and all. So the same fire heating we have been done, but in presence of oxygen or absence of oxygen. The only difference is that. Okay, so here we have doing the roasting, that means in the excess of oxygen. We are heating the substance with the excess of oxygen. We have taken the chromate ore, FeCr2O4, and it has been reacted with the sodium carbonate with the excess of oxygen. It is heating under 900 to 1000 degrees Celsius. We can get the sodium chromate. So obviously Fe2O3 and the carbon dioxide which is have been automatically evolved in it. Okay, so here sodium chromate and the Fe2O3, which is sodium will be the soluble one and the Fe2O3 will be a insoluble one. So automatically what happened, we have using the filtration, the Fe2O3 will be settled down, so we have to remove it. We can get it only the sodium chromate. Then the second step, we have to acidify those sodium chromate. Let's take Na2CrO4 which has been acidified under the sulfuric acid. So we can get it the sodium dichromate and sodium sulfate, and most probably the water has been evolved in it. So the last and the final step, we can use the sodium chromate. It has been reacted with the potassium chloride. So easily the sodium will be replaced by the potassium. So you can get the sodium dichromate and NaCl. Now we are going to see about the topic is chromal chloride test. Okay, so in the preparation of potassium dichromate, the potassium dichromate which is used in the laboratory for the confirmation of chloride test. Usually when the chloride ion, it is able to confirm the chloride ion, but all the chloride ion is not be confirmed. Example, silver, chloride ions of silver, mercury will not be confirmed this chromal chloride, because it should be either even if it is been a metal, it will be form a covalent bond. That is why it should not show the given the result confirm in this test. So usually the chloride ions will be given the it will be confirmed the chromal chloride test. Okay, let's see, just before going to the detailed explanation of the test, we just doing whatever we have do it in the laboratory. First you have taken a salt. in a test tube. Usually salt which contains chloride ions, okay, and then you have added a pinch of so potassium dichromate. So in this potassium dichromate, and you have to add it in the concentrated sulfuric acid. So these and all we have taken in a test tube. Then you have to heat it the test tube. The mixture can be allowed to heat it for a while. So later on what happened, it has emit the red orange vapor in a dense fume, okay. So automatically when it has been heated, it is emit the dense fume. Those dense fume will be called it as a chromyl chloride. So again what happened, you have taken a test tube which is under the sodium hydroxide we have taken. Then we have pass over those vapor into the test tubes. We can get the sodium chromate, which is yellow color solution, the white color colorless solution of sodium hydroxide. When it is treated with those vapor, it will be formed as a sodium chromate. It will be yellow, then automatically it will be formed as a yellow color solution. Then again you have to add the acetic acid and lead acetate to the solution. It will be given the yellow precipitate. So the yellow precipitate will be confirmed. It will be having the lead chromate. So these are all the tests which has been done in the laboratory for the chromyl chloride test for identifying the chloride ions, okay. Let's see what are all the reaction which is involved in that. First is it will be formed the chromyl chloride. The formula for chromyl chloride is CrO2Cl2, chromyl chloride. Okay, let's do it. First you have taken a potassium dichromate. The formula for potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7. Then it has been added with the salt. So salt, any kind of chloride ion salt you have taken. Just the familiar salt you have taken as NaCl, sodium chloride you have to take. Then it is treated with the concentrated sulfuric acid. So after this you have to heat at this mixture. You are getting as KHSO4, the potassium hydroxide sulfate and sodium sulfate also. So some other sulfate with the sodium as well as potassium it has been emitted. Then chromyl chloride it has been formed. Automatically the water molecules has also been formed. So this is the first reaction which is involved in the formation of chromyl chloride. That means it is a red brown vapor. Those vapor it is doing under this reactions only. Reaction between the potassium dichromate and the sodium chloride and the concentrated sulfuric acid, and it is heated. You can get those red orange vapor. Then afterwards you can be pass over those vapor, because the vapor will be the chromyl chloride. Those vapor you have taken, it is pass over the another test tube which is contain a sodium hydroxide. Am I clear for you? First you have to treat it. You can get the dense fume of, suddenly if you have heated, it has been reacted, you can get the red orange vapor. Those red orange vapor you can be transferred into the another test tube which is contain the sodium hydroxide. Again what automatically it will be formed as a sodium chromate. So sodium chromate means those red orange reacted with the sodium hydroxide, it will be formed sodium chromate. It will be in the form of liquid only, but it is sodium hydroxide will be a colorless one. After passing those chromyl chloride, it will be formed as a yellow color liquid. So again it will be form NaCl and water droplets. Again, so you will be getting as a you will be getting as a sodium chromate which is a solution. Again for that solution, the third step, you can add the acetic acid, lead acetate as well as the acetic acid, lead acetate. Okay. So Na2CrO4 which is the yellow solution sodium chromate, and it is treated with the lead acetate and the acetic acid. That means lead acetate, in place of acetic acid H has been replaced by the lead, so it will be as a lead acetate. So automatically the solution get converted into the precipitate. So by adding the lead acetate, it will be given the precipitate which is a yellow in color. So those precipitate will be a lead chromate, and the in place of lead it has been replaced by the sodium. So sodium acetate will be formed. Finally you will be getting as a precipitate which will be lead chromate. So this is the overall reaction which will be involved. So in this reaction, in this video, we saw about the preparation of sodium dichromate. It will be involving the 3 steps. Sodium chromate ore, which is converted into the, which is 3 steps which is involved in it. Finally you can get it. So first step, chromate ore converted into the sodium chromate, and then sodium chromate is converted into the sodium dichromate, and third step, sodium dichromate converted into the potassium dichromate. Okay. So potassium dichromate. So finally in the potassium dichromate, you have been used those potassium dichromate which will be used for the chromyl chloride test. Those potassium dichromate which will be first step, it will be giving a dense fume. It contains the chromyl chloride test. It will be very easy for you both in the practical as well as the theoretical. So at finally you can get it the yellow precipitate. Thank you.